My name is Dominic Kane, and I'm talking about my game scripting level here that I made for class. First, I'll play through all of it, and then I'll come back and show you some of the scripts that I used. So let's jump right into it. So the first thing when you spawn in is, I also want to mention this is a 15-week project. This is the final. This is what I have for all of the things I've used. All the blueprints were made, or all the scripts were made in blueprints by using on the Unreal drag and drop programming they have here. Plus the matinees, that's also in here. But I'll explain that and more once this video started. So you come in here, you spawn in, the first thing the player says is, hey, if you hit E, you interact with things. So if you hit E on it, it says Q to switch players. So if you walk up to the wall over here, you hit Q, you switch between players. If you walk up to this door, it says it's locked. So that means there's some way to unlock it. There must be a key or something. So they come over here, they switch back to this guy. We can walk up to this door. I put this flashing light here to indicate, like, to tell the player, be like, hey, there's a flashing light here, come check it out. So the player walks up to it, they walk up to the door, they hit E, it opens. They'll see an AI in here, and this AI can kill you, but he just runs around the room just wandering as his own please. But if you run in here, you dodge the AI, you come in this back corner, you'll see this little circle-ish orb looking thing that's blue. I really hope the player can see it and be like, oh, hey, that's something different. It looks like it's out of the ordinary in the room. Everything else looks like it was put there for a reason, except for this. Player hits E on it, says it's unlocked. So that means that door was locked back there, so that means it's unlocked now. So you come out of here, you dodge the AI. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, the AI will kill you if he runs into you. You hit Q to switch back. This door unlocks. Would you look at that? You hit E. Open the door. Come in here, and the next thing is a puzzle. So one thing we needed to add was a puzzle. I thought a jumping puzzle could do just that. So if you walk up to this first box here, white goes with white, pink goes with pink, and the yellowish gold goes with the yellowish gold one. Walk up to this, you can kick the boxes, and once the box is on, it turns green, saying, hey, it's on. If the box does happen to fall off the light, it will turn red, saying, hey, the box fell off, put it back on. Excuse me, coming over a cold. One thing I want the player to notice when they jump up here is they see another one, that blue thing down there. They go, oh, the last one opened the door, so that one must be do something else. So once I have to figure out how to get that, I can get it. Let's get jumping. Apologize with the lag. I'm not sure why it's doing it, but it is lagging. A couple of things I want to mention while I'm jumping here. Is all the last room with the AI, the lights in there and the fireplace are all interactable. You can turn them on and off. That's the one thing I wanted to mention. Now another thing here is with this box here, I just kicked over. So with that box, what happens here is if the player does happen to walk into the room and they just run right up, they just start doing the jumping platform and they don't even care if they're the box. I'm not sure why it's there. When the player gets to this spot, they will notice that, oh, hey, I kicked this over. That means I can move them around. So then the player can go back down once they're done, and they can move those boxes around as they need to be moved. No, we missed. Like I was saying about the last room, was that all the lights and the fireplace, you can turn them on by hitting the right keys. Another side note I do want to mention is it is in the game, but it's something that's I had to add for the class, but I didn't want to use it as a mechanic because it doesn't work well. But what it is with the AI, there's a knock feature. So basically what it means is like you knock on the wall or you tap on the wall or something, and the AI will come running over towards you. So the reason why I don't, it's in the first room. If you do hit, the key is K. If you hit K, the AI will come running over at the player. But the problem with it is, sorry. The problem is the AI will come running over right at the player, and then he will see the player and start chasing him, and then the AI will end up killing him just because the player just hit knock and they can't. AI reacts faster than the player can do to get away. So it's something I didn't want to have in my level because it just most of the time the AI ended up killing the player. Not something I wanted. I don't know if I mentioned, but I am awful at platforming, so this may take a minute. If it does, that's fine. Just skip ahead. Feel free to skip. You don't have to sit here and watch me do it. I'll put in the description most likely saying, hey, this is when I started platforming and I took me a little bit to do it. You could skip to here and I'm finished with it. Moving on. And that's the last one. So we just kick this down here. Give it a good whack. One thing I do want to mention is if the player does happen to fall at some of these higher spots, they will be able to get back up there. They'll see, for example, if they fell right here, they can try to land on one of the other ones below it. But let's put these blocks where they need to go. So the first one, this pinkish one, goes to the pinkish one. Oh, we don't want that, do we? Kicking the other box off. We got a cluster of boxes here. Just clear them out real quick. So as you see, the lights come on saying like, hey, the box isn't on. Just move it and it turns on. Oh, not quite. Another thing with that platforming, I didn't want to make it too easy for the player. There's just a couple jumps and they got it right away. Oh, I'm not sure what's happening here. I guess we got a little bug. Let's... Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Took a little, oh, it's probably going to fall off. Yep. Just got to kick it back on real quick. There you go. All right, cool. Let's put the last one where it's got to go. Oh, right after it takes out that one. Just put this right over here. Put that one right there. Put this one back on it. And once all three of those are on it, this drops right here. Because once the player turns around, they'll notice it. That drops, and they can walk up to this. They can hit E. And now, if you come back outside, with the lag, that barrier that was here once before is now gone. That was me with a matinee. All I do was you hit E on it, and it lowers. And you come in the next room. There's another AI running around in this room. But it's basically the last room upside down. So once you come in here, you dodge him. You come right into the back. You hit E on this. It opens the next one. Now you can see that that one's now gone. One thing, I'll show you the room in here. I just didn't want to get killed, that's all. But it's the last room, basically upside down. That's all. The lights in this one are not interactable, but one thing that does happen is when you walk into this room, the lights, the lamps, when you first walk in, they both turn on, and then when you walk out, they turn off. One of them turns off, and the other one turns back on. The AI also triggers that. So if you hit Q to switch players, you switch to this guy. So now we come over here. Now this door is all set. So we come in here. It's another little jumping puzzle. Excuse me. But another thing that happens with this one is that the player looks down here, they see some fog, little steam. If they just jump down there, they'll end up and they'll die. So once the player realizes that, they go, oh, I died. So now with this box, he's like, oh, those boxes were able to move last time. So what you want to do is you want to put these boxes down here so you can make a kind of like a bridge. So you just kick them on down there. You got to get it down there first. So one of them might be enough, but if they happen not to be, there are more. So those are spikes. I put those there to foreshadow something that's up next, the last part. Oh, and I landed on them. They do kill you. If you land on them, you will die. This isn't as hard as the last platforming. This wasn't supposed to be harder. It was just something to where the player just has to notice it and go, oh, okay, well, I have to do this to do that. Excuse me. Kick that box down. The last box, you jump over to it, and you get there just barely. That's what I wanted it to be. This lag is killing me, but it's alright. We're almost done. Gotta fall on down. You got your boxes here. The other box must have fell in. You just kick this one in there. Oh, too much. There you go. Kick it in there. Look at that. So you jump on in. Oh, gotta land in there first. Gotta land in the box. So jump on in there, and you don't die. So another player looks around, they see this. Oh, maybe I should go over here. So they jump in here, and oh, didn't quite make it. If I can ever get back in the room, this lag is really awful, but it's alright. Wow. Well, it's going to take me a few tries. I apologize for this in advance. Shouldn't be like this. Should just be fairly easy, but this lag is making it quite difficult to just do some simple functions. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? I didn't even get to react to it. It just died. Really? Wow, this is upsetting. So when I made this and I play tested it, it didn't have this issue. This issue was not in it. It was just something to where you just did it. I'm not sure why it's killing me. I'm not sure why I'm not able to make the jump, but this all should be very just smooth. I think this lag, because you just jump in there. That's all it was. It was just a simple jump. But for some unknown reason, I'm having a very hard time with it. Well, we'll just keep at it. Why don't we? Maybe we'll try this box. Oh, well. This lag does not make it any better. Oh. There you go. Now we're in. Alright. Once you're in here, there's an AI that runs around. You gotta dodge him. I made a little maze here. I know how to get out. So you come over here, and you make it out. But the AI will kill you if he runs into you. Now the final and last jumping puzzle. You just choose some platforms. If you miss, these cones will kill you. And once you get to the end, and once you look at that. That is my level. I will now show you some of the scripts I used. So we'll come over here to the context folder. We will come over to the blueprints folder. These are all the blueprints I used for this level. Like for example, I will show you the killer cone. It is a very simple script. It's just kill player, box supply damage. The two lights, this is what I was talking about in the other room. And what happens is they trigger. When it triggers it, it will trigger the, I'll just fly over to it actually, I'll show it to you. So that was the killer cones. Come over here, this trigger box right here. When it is stepped on, these lights will turn on. So let me take a look at this again. We'll full screen it. So yeah, so when it's on, it turns both of them on, and then when it's stepped on again, it turns one, and then if it's stepped on again, it turns on. It turns off that one, and turns on the other one. That is that script. The next one we can show is the door script. Simple script. Hit E to open the door. It plays a timeline or a matinee, and once it's open, it's opened. Moving on. This is the knock node I was talking about. When the player presses K, they will, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, jeez. When the player presses K, the AI will come running over to the player. That's in this room. So there's a trigger box all around it. So if the player hits K anywhere within this trigger box, they will walk into it. These are the lights I was talking about. They're able to be toggled on and off. Same with the fireplace. There's a fire there that you're able to turn on and off. I think I can just show you that one actually, because the lights are pretty straightforward. You know, you just walk up to and turn on and off. But the fire, the door will open. Come on inside. Dodge the guy. There it is. Fire's on. Hit it again. Fire's off. The next one is those are the light switch I was just talking about. That's the fire one. The screen here, there's a camera up here. This camera right here that will, whatever is happening on that camera is played on this TV. That is one thing we had to add. I'll just show you the quick blueprint for that. Where's... Oh, no. It's the camera up here. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's something different. That is not a blueprint. It's you have to come up in the context folder and you find it in there. I apologize for that. What else do we add here? That's really... Oh, we'll show you the death trigger over here. And I'll show you the AI. This trigger right here, it is open. Just a kill trigger that applies that much damage. The player has 100 health, it kills them, does 100 damage. And then, we'll show you the swap trigger. This is the one where you switch between players. The possessed and unpossessed is what it's called. This is in here, the pawn swap. And lastly, I will show you the AI I have here. See, it's at the wander. If it catches the player, it applies damage. Here's the rest of it. There's a lot more to make you walk around. But that is it. Those are basically all of the all of the blueprints I used to make this level. The same with the box ears. You just I added just collision on these, so you're able to kick them around, simulate physics. But that is it. Thank you for watching. This is my level, and